Hi guys, welcome to Sourcing Classes. This is Hima Hegde presenting before you the Anthropological News Diary for the week. To begin with, we'll be looking at the topics under light for the week, that is from 10th of April to 16th of April that have been covered in the AND, that is the Anthropology News Diary document, which is presented in the official Sourcing Classes website, that is www.sourcingclasses.com. So we have various topics like anthropologists in light, archaeology, the archaeology related topics. Then we have the tribal affairs, followed by the physical or the biological anthropology related topics, sociocultural anthropology, under which one topic has been covered, that is monotheism, the epidemiological anthropology that deals with health, disease, nutrition kind of aspects. So all these topics under the mentioned subheadings have been covered in the Anthropological News Diary that will be found in the official website of Sourcing Classes. So the topics under light for today are Advanced Antiquities Management System, that comes under Archaeology, the Sankalp Se Siddhi Drive, which comes under the Tribal Affairs, the Genetic Testing, which is a part of Biological Anthropology, that is Human Genetics, then the Monotheism, that is a part of Sociocultural Anthropology. So to begin with, we have the Advanced Antiquities Management System, abbreviated as AAMS. So context, why is it in use? So recently, the Directorate of Archives and Archaeology, that is DAA, of the Goa government inaugurated the Advanced Antiquities Management System. It has the storage purposes. So what is it? What is AAMS? Firstly, it is a software-driven automated storage system. Software-driven automated storage system which is used for the storage of various objects. It is the first such system in the country for the storage of antiquities. It has been used for the storage of industrial equipment. Previously, it has been used for the storage of industrial equipment, but the decision of the Goan government or the Goan DAA to use it for the storing of valuable antiquities is the first such in the country. Now, this can be seen as a large closed container which is about 3 meters tall. Now, what is the significance of the same? Firstly, the system that catalogues 83 antiquities at present, 83 antiquities are catalogued in the system. Now that is aimed at the following things. So firstly, it is providing quick information about an antiquity linked to the software, saving storage space, and ensuring improved preservation of the objects of historical significance. It will also ensure the safety of the antiquities, clean storage space, access control and data management, and also enhance the utilization of space. It will provide an access to the antiquities in one place with the help of a screen which is preserved, which the preserved antiquities can be searched and accessed within the system for viewing. Then it will provide information about what? About the age of the antiquity, about the age of the antiquity, the material it is made of, and its brief history. Moving on, let us speak about the accessibility of the data. Accessibility of the data in the AAMS. So firstly, the system will mostly benefit researchers and students permitted access by the Directorate of Archives and Archaeology. The students and researchers who are permitted access by the DAA will be benefited in Goa and the officials of the department. Then, the students researching various archaeological subjects often seek access to antiquities in care of the Directorate. The system will give the user information about the antiquity immediately, and it can also be updated based on the latest information about the antiquity. So that's about it for this one. Moving on, we have the Sankalp Se Siddhi Drive that comes under the Tribal Affairs. Under the Tribal affairs. So here we have the context of the same. So why is it in news? The TriFed, that is the Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India, under the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, launched Sankalp Se Siddhi Drive. Sankalp Se Siddhi Drive, that is Village and Digital Connect Drive. The main aim of this drive is to activate the Van Dhan Vikas Kendras in the villages. The Van Dhan Vikas Kendras, that is VDVKs in the villages. So what is it? What is Sankalp Se Siddhi Drive? Now the drive will entail 150 teams. 150 teams, that is 10 in each region, visiting 10 villages each. 10 villages each. Thus, there will be 100 villages in each region and 1500 villages in the country will be covered. The visiting teams will also identify locations and shortlist potential VDVKs, that is Van Dhan Vikas Kendras, and associate the same with the Tri-Food and Sfruti. We'll look about what is Tri-Food in the subsequent slides. And what is Sfruti? It is the scheme of fund for regeneration of traditional industries. It is basically a scheme for MSMEs, that is the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Rupees 200 crore sales. Rupees 200 crore sales during the next 12 months is targeted as a result of this initiative once the VDVKs are activated in 1500 villages. The teams will also identify the tribal artisans and other groups and empanel them as suppliers so that they can have an access to larger markets through the Tribes India network, both the physical outlets as well as the website, that is tribesindia.com. tribesindia.com. Now let us look into other initiatives of TriFed. So firstly, we have the scheme for ensuring fair prices to tribals. Scheme for ensuring fair prices to tribals, such as the mechanism for marketing of minor forest produce, that is MFP, marketing minor forest produce through minimum support price, that is MSP, through minimum support price, that is MSP, and development of value chain for MSP provides MSP to gatherers of forest produce. Rupees 200 crore sales during the next 12 months are targeted as a result of this initiative once the VDVKs are activated in these 1500 villages as mentioned before. Now the primary goal of the MSP for MFP scheme, the MSP for MFP scheme is to establish a framework to ensure fair prices for the tribal gatherers, primary processing, storage, transportation, etc. Next, we have the Tech for Tribals program. Now this aims at transforming 5 crore tribal entrepreneurs by capacity building and imparting entrepreneurship skills to the tribal forest produce gatherers enrolled under the Pradhan Mantri Van Dhan Yojana, that is PMVDY. So it basically wants to develop the entrepreneurship skills to the tribal forest produce gatherers who are enrolled under PMVDY. It will also empower the tribal entrepreneurs to run their business with marketable products with quality certification with a higher success rate. Now we have the Van Dhan Vikas Kendras, that is the VDVKs we have been talking about. Now VDVKs were established under the Van Dhan Yojana. It is formed by 15 tribal self-help groups, with each group consisting of 20 artisans or the tribal food gatherers. VDVKs to help in the upgradation of the skills and capacity building training of the tribals and setting up of primary processing and value addition facilities. Next, we have the Tri-Food scheme. Now, Tri-Food scheme is a joint initiative of the Ministry of Food Processing Industry and the Ministry of Tribal Affairs and TriFed. It was launched in the month of August 2020 and promotes the value addition to MFP. To MFP. It is to be noted that the tri-food parks will produce processed food from the minor forest produce and also food from the food gathered by tribal people in that region. Moving on, we have the genetic testing. So before knowing what exactly is genetic testing, let us look into the background of the same. As per the Organization of Rare Diseases in India, that is ORDI, as per ORDI, 1 in 20 Indians, 1 out of 20 Indians is affected by a rare disorder. More than 7,000 rare diseases are known and reported. That makes it 80%. More than 7,000 rare diseases are known and reported worldwide, and 80% of them have a genetic predisposition. A genetic predisposition. Some of these commonly known rare diseases we have heard of are cancers, that is the breast cancer, ovarian cancer, colorectal cancer, etc. The hemoglobinopathies, that is hemophilia, sickle cell anemia, etc. The autoimmune deficiencies. A global study conducted by the Mayo Clinic USA stated that 1 in 10 people who underwent the predictive genetic testing learned that they had hereditary risk of a health condition and could actually benefit from the preventive care. While no genetic test can accurately predict the exact date and time a disease may present, it will definitely be able to tell if an individual is at a higher risk versus the general population risk. So what exactly is genetic testing? What is a genetic test? So genetic testing is a type of medical test that identifies changes in chromosomes, genes or proteins. The result of the genetic test can confirm or rule out a possibility of the suspected genetic condition or help determine a person's chance of developing or passing on a genetic disorder. There are more than 1,000 genetic tests in the market currently, and they are being developed. Genetic tests are performed on a sample of blood, hair, skin, amniotic fluid, that is the fluid that surrounds a fetus during pregnancy, or other issue. For example, we have a procedure called the buccal smear. Now this uses a small brush or a cotton swab to collect the sample of cells from the inside surface of the cheek. Using a brush or a swab, the cell samples are collected and the sample is sent to a laboratory where the technicians look for the specific changes in chromosomes, DNA or proteins, depending on the suspected disorder. The laboratory reports the test results in writing to a person's doctor or genetic counselor or directly to the patient if requested. So now, what useful information can genetic testing provide? In a way, we are looking at the significance of the same. So the genetic testing can provide clarity on the results, guide therapy selection and monitoring, and allow risk profiling. Family health history tells you which disease run in your family. It will identify the risks due to the shared genes, that is from the family again. Understand better what lifestyle and environmental factors you share with your family. Understand how healthy lifestyle choices can reduce your risk of developing a disease. So we have to know that the genetic testing is not limited to only helping from a preventive and provocative perspective, but for those affected with a disease. There is a shift to personalized medicine paradigm of disease modeling and targeted gene therapy, which has yielded excellent results in the recent past. So let us now look into monotheism. So what exactly is monotheism? Monotheism is a belief in the existence of one God, or in the oneness of God. As such, it is distinguished by polytheism, that is in the belief of the existence of many gods, and atheism, that is a belief of that is where people believe that the gods do not exist, that is existence of no god. And then agnosticism, the belief that the existence or non-existence of a god or of gods is unknown or unknowable. I repeat, agnosticism is the belief that the existence or non-existence of a god or of gods is unknown or unknowable. Monotheism characterizes the tradition of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, and the elements of the belief are discernible to numerous other religions. Monotheism and polytheism are often thought to be a numerical contrast in simple words, that is, mono meaning one, poly meaning many. Hence, monotheism is the belief in existence of a single god, while polytheism is a belief in the existence of many gods. Moreover, it is not the oneness, but the uniqueness of God that counts in monotheism. One God is not affirmed as the logical opposite of many gods, but as an expression of divine might and power. What is the basic monotheistic view? What is the basic view of monotheism? So it is, the God of monotheism is the one real God, and that is believed to exist, or in any case that is acknowledged as such, one real God. Then for monotheism there are basically two different realities, that is the God and the universe. They are mutually exclusive. So God in monotheism is conceived of as the creator of the world and of humanity. God has created not only the natural world and the existing order therein, but also the ethical order to which humanity ought to conform, and implicit in the ethical order, the social order. The God of monotheism, as exemplified by the great monotheistic religion, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, is a personal God. The monotheistic conception of God differs generally only in respect from that of the other religions in the belief that God is one and absolutely unique. Consequently, God is regarded as one and only the Creator, Lord, King, or Father. So that's about it for this session. Hope you found it informative. So that's about it for today's video session. Hope you found it informative. For more details regarding the courses or for the Anthropology news diaries, do visit the official website of Sourcing Classes, that is www.sourcingclasses.com. Thank you.